Hello. How's everyone doing this evening? This morning? It's quite early today. Yeah, we're playing some Slug 3. To those of you who are in chat right now, you guys get a brief moment to decide who we get to play. There is no difference between what player we choose. It's just that Harry and Tarma spend 0.5 seconds console, and that's not much of a time difference between that. So, you guys got like the remainder of this timer.
Oh, and just before that, King Rhodes, he made good on his promise to donate $5 for every 17 deaths, or $5 death. He put in 100 because he got found by Mom twice. So here's for my 17 deaths and then finding Mom twice to round it out. Thanks for having me, and here's to a great cause. Good on you.
Good on him. So time usually starts when we hit the water. So you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Crab huts. Yep, crab section here. Gotta deal with all that. That crab hut is quite a pain because you have to throw 3 grenades instead of 2, just because the crab hut has 20 HP and a crab spawns eating one of your bombs. So we're just gonna play a little bit of a hop, skip, and jump, because hopping and jumping is faster. I'm going to use the explosives to hit the locust spawns that are up top. Be careful of that guy. He is about to do a number. Now, make quick work of all these locusts and these crabs. Try not to fall down there, because that is a long auto-scroller. Now we're in a submarine, or a ship, hull, look your pick. And we're going to take it a little bit slow, because some of these guys can just run straight towards you, and that's not a good day. These red crabs here, they have about 30 HP. Make quick work of them. Stand up top on the left-hand side of the screen, move to the right, so we can spawn both enemies on the right-hand side of the screen, and we move along. Oof. Now we're on the docks section. You thought you didn't have enough crabs. Here's a hermit crab. With a tank. And we're using this walker slug right now, making sure that we don't get hit by the fireballs. So this is the most dangerous thing here, because they lock onto the player. More accurately, they lock directly ahead of the player, so by not moving, they don't miss you. So we need to make sure that these walker bombs don't fall into the hole. Sometimes they can just decide to trip and fall and do nothing. Sometimes they just become duds, and sometimes they'll just run directly off the docks and straight into the water and nothing will happen. But overall, it done good. Now we're on mission 2. Things get dark real fast. Literally, I mean, it's evening right now. Oops. Oh well, we didn't need those bombs anyways. I got some zombies. I mean a lot of zombies, because somehow an outbreak happened and everyone's becoming zombified, and if you get hit by the bright orange goop, you also become a zombie. Strangely though, soldiers don't, because for some reason they just don't get hit. But civilians do. Now, the unique case is that the doctor civilians here, as you call them that, they drop medkits, and these medkits cure you of your zombified state. So for some reason they can't cure themselves. We don't really know why. But now we have to deal with these tanks and these tents, make sure he spawns down the right-hand side. They can do a little bit of a hot skip and a top skip and a jump past all these guys here. Make sure to avoid some of these enemies. If these soldier zombies now, if they hit you, you turn into a zombie. Now we kill that first one, walk past the halfway point of the screen. Alright. So we got flame shot. This should be fine. Let's see how RNG treats us today. Not bad. Wow, it's actually being very nice today. You want that pattern because it's very slow and easy to dodge. It's a little bit more on the risky side. Enjoy this. trying to find the heavy machine gun, and it just does not want to drop. One of these guys have it, guaranteed. Bombs also work? Okay. The last guy has the heavy machine gun. That's very unfortunate. Because they just kind of rotate. Two, two. And we just kind of shoot up a little too fast there. Until this thing blows up. This giant egg. For some reason it's raining monoliths down. We don't really know how it's doing it. But, you know, alien technology.
Mission complete.
Okay, so we're heading on to Mission 3. This is the part where we get a little bit of a break from all that mashing and the run and gun. We get to put our helmet on, which somehow works and becomes airtight. Not really sure how it works, but we're underwater now. So we get full sort of swimmy controls. Turning around is a little bit slower, going up and down is a little bit slower, but heading directly left and directly right gives you full speed. And we don't benefit from the jumping, the jump bonus speed that we get when we normally play this because, well, we're swimming, can't jump underwater. But we can, at the very least, swim straight to this corner here, hide out for a bit, wait till 4 torpedoes shoot from the bottom, press the up button. You'll barely dodge those torpedoes up top. 1, 2, 3, knife, and for some reason, my controller didn't go point up, but that's okay. Hoping to grab that heavy machine gun back there before the tank exploded, but the soldier did, the prisoner of war did not go up and walk to the right. Wow, that's very rare for that one to happen. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Fortunately, we still have heavy machine gun. This ostrich here, a bit of a jump. Fastest slug in the game, but we don't get to stay with it for very long. Nighthawk spawns right above us, and the ship hangar 2 has this massive tank here. It's got 40 HP. And since we dismounted the slug, we have iframes, so we don't have to worry about anyone shooting or knifing us from there. Now, we're on Jupiter King. Jupiter King is a giant robot who likes to shoot rockets at us and have laser sweepy eyes. And we need to be very careful about everything he shoots because it can travel wherever it feels like. Alright, yeah, giant flaming balls. So, unfortunately, these missiles did not drop any ammo, any kind, so we're kinda starving, but that's okay. We're in a particularly safe situation right now. I am going to focus on destroying these more than hitting the boss because we kind of want to stay alive. Okay, so there we go. Oof. Jupiter King down.
Mission complete.
Now, the game does count the number of prisoners you have, and if you do complete this game deathless, well, the stage deathless, and pick up a certain number of prisoners of war, it gives you a big chunk of bonus score. But in our case, little mishaps happened. Okay, bomb on that helicopter, hug this left-hand side, throw 2 bombs, careful of these grenades being thrown at us, careful of that guy holding a rifle at the bottom here, because he can't shoot you if you're too low. Grab those bombs, those are more important than the heavy machine gun. Have fun here, jump over that. Watch out for this guy on the right, he might throw a grenade at you. And throw 2 bombs up top. Careful of how enemies are spawning, and we ditch our camel. And it turns out that everybody in this hut is actually scared of camels. Who would have thought? Now the game is telling us to go. Heavy machine gun here is going to make quick work of most of these little pods, or cotton balls. they will, when those sort of fluff balls hit you, there's seeds that will plant in and don't have a very pretty visual. So we're going to take a little bit of time here to clear some of those out. Watch out for these enemies, and because we have enemy chase here, this makes quick work of the locusts that just spawn and fly across the screen. Locust AI are a bit of a jerk because... Ooh, careful about that. Kill these two. They're a bit of a jerk because they will fly on the opposite side of the screen. So shoot there, knife that, knife these guys, and shoot up. Get rid of all the enemy chasers. Now, at this point, we don't need any bombs, so that's why I'm chucking them. Excuse me? Back of you. There we go. So we don't need any bombs, because we're on Sol del Rocker. I like to call him Phantom. So, Sol here is flying, so we can't use grenades, because we can only throw so high. Have Flame Shot, which is the strongest thing that we can shoot against them. Does about 32 damage every shot. Wolves are very nice. Laser is also nice. Ooh, good RNG. With these red eye crystals. And I just jinxed it by getting yellow because these are fast and we're trying to dodge them. And those hitboxes are a lot bigger than they look. Those shrapnels are completely random. So there are some cases where you just won't be able to dodge them. Oh dear. Or laser squeaky walls. Wolf section here. Just gotta time your jump correctly so that it doesn't hit you and the smoke doesn't do damage. Just about dead. Oh, there it goes. Oof. Tough boss fight. So believe it or not, this game only has 5 missions. And we have an estimate of 35 minutes, and we're about 11 minutes in. So, yeah. Mission 5 is about half the game. How bad could that be? Let's see. We're gonna helicopter now. RNG helicopter spawn, or plane spawn. And more parachuters here. Dodge that. Now we end up with a small RNG section about whether or not these guys will spawn on the top of the screen or the bottom of the screen. Their positions are relatively the same. Horizontally, I mean. A little early on that bomb, but that's okay. The old guy. You're probably talking about prisoners of war. And those guys are captives in this game, held by the opposing army. They have a name, and I can't remember what it is exactly. But when you rescue them, they give you loot, like bonuses to score. Then, yeah, they'll give you score or like weapon drops and things like that. So this Nighthawk here, we actually went to the right side of the screen, so it would spawn on the left, it would spawn on the opposite side of the player. Destroy this first vehicle to get the heavy machine gun. It's fun shooting its helicopter here, because this guy is just enough HP that you can't deal with it. Weave in between the rockets and the fireworks if they decide to throw it. Ooh. Grab those bombs, because those bombs will spawn off screen. Alright, those black tanks are dealt with, and now we have this sort of another rocket tank coming up, and then we have this somehow vehicle held by some sort of balloon helium. Don't really know how that works. Anyways, we've got now another RNG section where this guy can choose to do a number of attacks, drop bombs, shoot rockets at you that can either circle around for some reason, curve up or down. And this one here, where if a person goes out of the turret and starts shooting very slow homing missiles at you. They are very slow. So we're in a very unfortunate state. We did too much damage, and Alan O'Neill is going to appear with his machine gun and throw grenades at us. Unlike his grenades, they all do 1 damage. How is this guy shooting? Okay, usually they do not shoot while you're this close, but for whatever reason, he's here. There we go. Now we're back on track. So he's telling us to go home to mommy. So, well, fortunately for us, O'Neill decided to stay in his plane rather than run around and start throwing bombs and shooting projectiles? Okay. Good old Sergeant here. So, Haido, his name, in the, it's the original name, or it's overseas. He has another name, I can't remember it. It's, anyways. So we got these homing missiles here. Normally we would want to be in the turret when that happens, and we would be throwing bombs right now, but there was an unfortunate death not too long ago. So we could clear out as much as we can with the gun, because this is the most amount of damage we can deal at the moment. And we want to keep a handful of grenades, 2 at least, because we might miss one. In a very rare case we might miss one, just because enemies might run into each other, or run in front of us, and eat a grenade that we would really like to have. What are you doing? There we go. Gonna blanket us with bombs. I don't know how you fit that many bombs into a tiny helicopter like that, but who knows? We have 3 dimensions to work with, and we can only see in 2 dimensions, so just enjoying what we got. Come on, Ido. There we go. So wondering when he was gonna go down. Turns out he was really a Martian all along. And the real one is held captive on the outside of the ship. And in his boxer shorts. Good dance. Now we're being held captive in a room de mai. And all these missiles in the background. Yeah, suddenly we're teaming up with these guys. That guy right there, that soldier, madman, standing so close to a rocket. So, if you know anything about rockets, you need an enormous amount of fuel to lift a very small amount of mass into space. So we took an entire rocket to shoot just 1 ship. That's right. Now I could have fit 2, but well, there's no player 2, so why put an extra weight into our rocket? Now these UFOs are going to spawn, and we want to hug the top of the screen as much as possible because they lock onto the player and then sort of hang around, but they don't generally dip below the player. So by hanging around at the top, they stay nice and compact. And the heavy machine gun portion of this does sort of have splash if enemies are overlapping each other when the hitboxes damage. So we kind of want to group them up as is. We got this blue asteroidy section here. Some of these lock onto the player, some of these lock onto where the player will be, so they sort of aim ahead of the player. And if you just sort of do a certain motion here, they just don't lock onto you. Now we got these red Martian ships here now, these eye ships. Destroy the red ones in the front and everything behind it will explode. And Martian technology is so advanced. We got another set here, a giant S on the screen. We're not going to pick up that shotgun just yet, because we want these both. Because shotgun's a very unique case where you actually get 20 rounds per shotgun pickup. Normal ammunition types will give you less than if you didn't have any at all. For example, We have heavy machine gun, which will give you 200 on the first pickup, and then 150 on the second pickup. So if you have one bullet in your heavy machine gun, it will only give you 150 back. You might as well shoot that bullet to get the other 49 rounds. So we ram our face on the left side of the wall there, so that we can lose an arm. And the reason why this is so important, because the shotgun fires are really, really slow. And we want to make sure that we know exactly where our shots are coming from. Because if we had two arms, they alternate between the left and right arm. But because this is a slow firing rate, we can take advantage of its splash and clear using the one side. Holy heck, it decided to be an amazing drop and give us lots of bombs. We don't even need those shotguns anymore. We can just shoot missiles all day, every day. So there's that room domain we were talking about. Decides to jump into the mothership. And like I said, we can just launch missiles like nothing. Ooh, you thought that auto-scroller was long. We just entered into a much longer one. Because, you know, we love auto-scrollers, right? Now, only certain Martian ships here need to be destroyed. In this case, we can let these ones slide. The ones that drop from the top of the screen, they need to be destroyed because they're sort of a trigger, they just need to be off-screen. That one is, and all of these are as well. Now we can just chill for a bit. Clear these enemies out. These ones are fairly easy to deal with. A wall is about to drop on us. This one has about 50 health. And then we got more UFOs. Taking damage here isn't so bad. Just have to pick up heavy machine gun. This is an RNG drop, but fairly common considering how the number of UFOs that are present. One is usually going to drop gas. Another wall is about to fall down, and 3 Martian ships here. The eye ships. One of them is going to have a rocket in them. Nope, heavy machine gun and then rockets. We want the arm. The arm is the most important thing out of all of this. There is also gas and laser. Laser causes a bit of lag, but clears enemies out much faster, so it's a lot safer to use. But this arm here is the equivalent of having another heavy machine gun at hand with infinite ammo, so we can just enjoy our time and rock with this. So we're not going to pick up the rockets just yet, because that first wall has 50 health. The second wall here has a 75, and the third wall has 100. Or maybe they all have 50, not really sure. We're being a T-shape here, just because our enemy's going to spawn behind us on the sides. And then we need to quickly press down to angle these two arms up and deal with additional spawns. And then we're going to have it aimed off to the side here because the ship spawns on the opposite side and then does a U-turn. Same thing with this guy, spawns on the opposite side of you, left or right, then does a U-turn. Now we want to pick up the second set of heavy machine guns, so we have more than 300 rounds. Dodge this guy. Nothing much you can do about it. Another set of U-turns here. And there'll be another set of U-turns. These guys really like to do that. But blowing them up first allows you to spawn the next set of enemies quicker. We're going to do a little bit of dodge in there. They all rain nice and neat for us. This wall has 100 HP, so we're just going to mash just before we reach 100, because we got about 130. Okay. And we're good. Now the game was generous enough to give us this missile, this warhead, and for some reason it just doesn't explode, it just sort of makes a hole. We're going to throw a bomb on this mecha, brain mecha. Those things are very tanky. Come off to the left here, hand the screen, and hopefully despawn the one on the left-hand side, and we did so, saving us some ammo and time. Do a couple of jumps here. Flame shot's gonna make quick work of these aliens, and we got the special burning animation here. Little dance we're doing, despawn things off the side of the screen. Bit of a dance here, and we've done despawn. Oops. Oh dear. Gonna play extra careful right now because they shouldn't be attacking. That's okay, we're still alive. Flame shot, back up, flame shot, back up, flame shot, because that guy walks forward. Now we're rocking some extra flame shot ammo, so we will not be picking up some extra bombs back there. These white Martians have 20 HP and are a pain in the butt because it has such an awkward number. And mashing sort of doesn't help. Sometimes they shoot super fast blue projectiles. They appear slow at first, but they speed up, like they accelerate when they start moving. And that catches a lot of people off guard because your character likes to do a melee attack on those particular projectiles, but they're too fast for your character to actually complete the animation, so you just get hit. Bit of a walkathon here. Screen stops panning, destroy all the hoppers, jump left, despawn the guy on the right, so these guys are just running away from nothing. And we do a little bit of a hop here. Kill as much of these enemies as possible because it's going to prevent us from using the laser, and unfortunately, the game decided to deal double damage to that one particular robot. Those things usually have about 20 HP, and those throwing things only do about 5. So, bit of an unfortunate case there. Okay, need a slug. We actually just slow down here for a bit, because this one always throws a slow ball. And the second ball that spawns can be completely random. It can be super slow, it can be super fast, so we just need to be a little more cautious about it, which is why I backed off a little early. Oof, that wall section can be a little bit rough because those hoppers can decide to jump right at you. They have some sort of weird trigger where if you're just near them, they just start triggering an explosion, and they can just explode right when they make contact with you. Now we're on Root Mars. Sorta looks like Mother Brain from Super Metroid. But all we're going to do is just play a little bit of a dance, jump up to change the trajectory of the projectiles, and it's a fairly easy fight. So we've destroyed Mother Brain. Bullets. Round bullets. Only one person that shoots round bullets in this game. Destroy all these clones. All these pickups here, they give you 0 score. They're just kind of there for no reason. Jump out of the vehicle, so this has less HP. Pray that we get some good drops here. Okay, Chaser and Rocket are good. This is always an Iron Lizard. That's also a rocket. Now we're going to jump into this vehicle before entering because it's guaranteed to drop a gas here. Now jumping is faster with the Slug, but in very, very strange cases, your Slug can get hit by a knife and a bullet, and it does damage to it. So just roll across the floor so you make sure that these clones don't shoot or knife you. Now, we're in a section where we have to kill a certain number of enemies. We don't really need to keep count, we just need to make sure the enemies stop spawning. So move forward, Slug crash because we can't bring the Slug with us. And like mentioned, those pickups there made us go big because we picked up too many items. So we are rocking Flame Shot. Strats are a little bit different. If you had Shotgun, you would be standing on the upper platform here, but we have Flame Shot. And now we have Heavy Machine Gun, so we're going to do the same strat as the Flame Shot, so I'm just dance here and look to the right. The AI for these enemies are a little bit weird, so that if you're even remotely close to melee range, they will override their AI and choose to do a knife, even though you're nowhere near them. So that's what we're kind of trying to manipulate, but this section is quite rough because there are so many enemies and they can stand in so many different places. They can pretty much do whatever they want. They can actually stand all the way in the back, just like that one, and then decide to shoot a projectile at you, and you're like busy dealing with these other clone spawns. So yeah, we're okay. Wondering when that was gonna blow up. Aw, Marco, why you gotta be sleeping on the job? So Theo here is saying we need to go deeper, despite blowing up the bubble that was holding her captive. Alright. Oh no, the clones. They're zombies. We're back in Chapter 2 with all these clone zombies. Theo's pointing the way. You want to stand right on top of here, blow up that first one in the middle, blow up the top, blow up the bottom, crouching, because that will hit you if you are standing up. These bumps here, sort of just to be a deterrent, but we have the leg power to jump right over them. Now, before we go and destroy this wall, we're actually going to wait, pick up these bombs that are dropped, and then do the same strat, in the middle, top, bottom. Ooh, right over the head. Duck again, because that vomit will hit you. Do a little bit of a knife cancel here. Wait for this one to spawn, pick up a flame shot. Now we get to have the fun time back in chapter 1, where we get to hop, skip, and a jump. Blow up this first one. Slug crash for iframes. Now we have to blow up this clone here, because that is a trigger preventing us from screen panning. We're going to do 2 bombs and a flame shot. 1, 2, flame, flame. This last one here we're going to completely ignore. Just go right over it, jump off top of its head. Very nicely do that. Alright. So somehow Theo managed to get past all those walls and all those enemies without ever having to go and blow them up or anything. Maybe there was a secret passage that's not aware of. But, yep, Theo decided to hit that terminal. The terminal that gives you half a second between, how do I word this? Eri and Tarma take half a second to interact with the terminal by just kicking it instead. But, yeah, now everyone's got sucked into space. So, very unfortunate for Theo. Space is not a very, kind place out there. So we're going to play a little bit on the safer side, because practice did not go well. Ooh, ammo. We're going to pick that up. Flame shot that. And now we're going to avoid picking up any of the orange drops, because we have a sizable amount of ammo remaining here. But we will do it on this run, because we have 7 left. We'll most likely go through all of that. Oh, very, very fortunate to have that bomb drops. And we lost them. Well, seeing how we have so many bombs and flame shot, time is coming up soon when the brain explodes. So, any minute. Just dodging all these laser balls and all these projectiles. And the game ate a jump button. Because it does that sometimes. Please? Game? Okay. Bit of an input lag there. So, and time.
Mission complete. Mission all over.
Mission all over. So unfortunately, I can't put NASA in this because we only have 3 characters.
Save the children, STC.
Yeah, save the children. Fucking, they wouldn't even let me use the D-pad for some reason. I don't know what happened there. But, like I said, we had a bit of an input trouble near the end, but that's fine. So that's it for me. There's a very unique ending scene here where if you whatever player that was captured throws their gun in. And each player has a very particular model. This ending scene is a little bit unique. Other than that, my run is over.
Cool. Thanks for the run, Enasper. We'll switch to an interview.
And thank you all for showing up this morning. It is early. I hope you're all enjoying yourself.
only thing that makes it through my rear. How you think I keep this lonely dream? Now I'm really getting rather mad. You're like a shitty little cactus. When I knock you out with all my breath, I'm going to take your head and rub it on my bum. My bum.
Okay, so we're gonna have a host change here. I'll be leaving, and then Friendship Cannon will be taking over as host for the next handful of rounds.
Alright, here I am, awake and ready. Definitely not just fell out of bed an hour ago. Thanks, Naglaria, for the wonderful time you gave everyone. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I can keep up the good vibes. We are having Emeraldali with us for the next 3 runs, and I can tell you they are a blast. First, we're going to hit you with Prince of Persia, 2008. Epilogue, any %. Then Icy, NG plus all bosses. And we got some Assassin's Creed for you. Syndicate, he's playing the World War I campaign. Yeah, that's it. We are NASA Marathon 2020 supporting Save the Children and $2,500 already. I am so super proud of you. Incentives, you can see them on the side. Prince of Persia 2008 gets choose the costume incentive, so go for that. We only got $2 so far for a Sands of Time costume for the prince. There are some more, like Beyond Good and Evil costume, nice. Also, you can choose for Farah the costume incentive, so go and snipe that for yourself. You can also get to hear the wonderful narration of Icy. It's a bit like Stanley Parable, Emerald Ali told me, in either Chinese, Japanese, or just regular English, which is what you'll be going for right now, since there are no donations in for that. Alright. The last thing I want to let you all know is that all donations, all subscriptions, all bits, everything goes to Save the Children during the run on these 2 weekends. And we will keep you posted on the NASA Marathon Twitter on how much that'll be. We will hit you with a marbles run now, if you would like that. And tech is ready for that. And you all know, just type !play, and then you're good to go. Alright, and there we go. Let's have ourselves a wonderful race. Get yourselves in there. Oh, we can do slow-mo during races. Now this is going to be interesting. I think there was was a bit early on that. So let's get ourselves to play this. I would love to be the winner by default, but yeah, we're not going to do it that way. Or it's just going to be against a ramen samurai, Neo Ramen Samurai. Oh, I would love some ramen right now. Rosal, there you go. I'm going to start us in just a couple seconds. So, everybody, get yourselves in there, or we'll all be on the podium. 4 players now, so that's a race now. Well, I'm gonna hit start. Good. Got 10 more seconds. Get yourselves in there. Oh, got there? Nah, don't think you made it. Sorry to hear. Oh, that was quick. You know, this should probably have been... Ooh, oh, there's some bad stuff coming up. And those controls are wonky. Ramen Samurai in the lead. Eh? No, me? Nah, because I died. Again. Damn it. Rosal and Raylight are chilling over there. And Ramen Samurai is having a blast. All by himself. But no longer in first place. This is so wonderfully wonky. And now through the fire and the flames, or the pegs of death. Mildred still got first place. Well, let's see if that stays like that. Oh, I think I saw someone. Nah. Oh, Neo Ramen Samurai survived. Even though it was a close call, I think. Who else have we got here? Ray of Light and Rosal are still in the game. Oh, Rosal. You kept chilling. And whoa, this is scary. Not letting you in there, but looks like you got it. Oh, this keeps going. This is interesting. Samurai's chilling. Ray of Light about to drop in there as well. Oh, and Rosal took it too easy and dove off, or whatever. Samurai's gonna get yeeted. Oh, yeeted out. Too bad. So it's just Ray of Light, and Mildred already won himself the race. Oh, that's a nice thing. We'll just watch Ray of Light chilling here. Is this borked? Nah, look at this. At least he survived. They survived. And there we go. 2 out of 5? Well, those seem like pretty standard odds to survive this thing. Alright. Do you want another one? Rematch? With a chance to, like, not die? I know, I would love that. I got the okay from tech. Wonderful people. Oh, nice theme we got going here. Okay, everybody, you get a second chance. hit play, get in there, and please, oh gods of marbles, let me survive this thing. Alright, we got a couple people in. I think I'm ready to hit start on this. Snipe yourself a spot, otherwise it'll just be the 7 of us. Argent Flash, a new challenger has appeared. And I'm already on another level. Just the standard level of my humor. Nope. Everybody's there except Rosal chilling up on top again. And Neoram Samurai taking the other road. The road less traveled. Boom! Squid Screams is going on ahead. Through the bamboo garden. And survived that one? Yes. No deaths so far. Seems to be a very generous marvel. Oh, I shouldn't have opened my mouth that quickly. The winner from last round is already out of the game. Sorry to hear that, Mildred. Oh. Yeet through a tire now. Just a chicane. Everybody was kung fu fighting. Or kung fu marbling. Squid in first. Still, Neoram and Samurai just ran out of luck. Oh man. Doesn't bode well for everyone who was in last round. Squid Screams was lollygagging around a little bit too much, it seems. Ray of Light. And oh. Leaderboard's a bit wonky in that part. Damn it, I thought for a second I was first. Okay, Ray of Light came out of this as first, and Argent Flash dropped out. Too bad, too bad. I'm so sad. What am I? Ray of Light. Ran out of luck, and Squid Screams almost made it through in one go. Like a Kung Fu master, but all your luck only ever lasts so long. And there you see the beautiful friendship cannon. Coastal installation railgun, to be specific. But Squid Screams is taking it away, almost missing it, but that's his win, their win. At least I came in second. I'll take that. Rosal? Oh, you made it. Oh, I just wanted to see where you were chilling, but there we go. Nice. Then we'll just go back to intermission, save the children video to get us into the spirits of running speedy games for charity. NASA Marathon 2020 benefiting Save the Children.
त्यही त मैले चाहिँ धेरै पैसा कमाएर मेरो मम्मीलाई चाहिँ एकदम सहयोग गर्ने इच्छा थियो मेरो। यो काम गर्दा चाहिँ धेरै दुःख भयो, पैसा थोरै पाए तिमीहरूले यो औषधि बेच्यो भने चाहिँ तिमीहरूले धेरै पैसा पाउँछौ र पाउँछौ, अरु तिमीहरूले राम्रो पनि लाउन पाउँछौ, राम्रो खान पाउँछौ भनेर चाहिँ तिनीहरूले चाहिँ अब यो दबाई बेचेर आइसकेपछि चाहिँ अब पैसा धेरै हुन्छ, तिमीहरू आफ्नो घरमा गएर तिम्रो आफ्नो मम्मी बुवाहरूलाई सहयोग गर्न सक्छौ। त्यही त त्यहाँ पुगेपछि चाहिँ अब मैले सोधेँ कि तिनीहरूले यहाँ के काम गर्ने भनेर सोद्धाखेरि चाहिँ अब उनले भन्यो कि अब यस्तै काम गर्ने हो तिमीलाई चाहिँ 1 लाख रुपियाँमा बेचेर गएको छ तिमी यहीँ बसेर अब यही धन्दा गरेर चाहिँ तिमी अब 2-3 वर्ष यहीँ बस्नुपर्छ। मैले चाहिँ सोचेको थिएँ कि वस्तुहरूलाई मात्रै बेच्छ भनेर तर मान्छेलाई पनि बेचेर चाहिँ आफू चाहिँ एकदम स्वार्थी बन्दो रहेछन्।